Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics. It's been a little while since we've done a video together, but here we are because today I wanted some help talking about centerpiece fish for a 75-gallon aquarium. We're going to do 4 of them. All right, so these are going to be 4 good ones, but with a couple of them, I think we got more than one, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's more than one variety. So I'm going to let you start. Ladies first, what do you got?
Well, this is my #1 pick in a tank. If this tank size can fit one, I would want to put one in that, and that is our flagship fish. It is the Geophagus. Geophagus are beautiful. They get those long, beautiful trailers. They're so much fun to watch. They have so much personality, and they're so colorful. There's many different varieties, including the Steindacheri and also the Alterfrons, which is my personal favorite, but they can reach about 10 inches long. They have really nice size, a lot of beautiful movement around the tank, and you just can't go wrong. It is the centerpiece fish.
And the nice thing about the Geophagus too is they are relatively mellow. They're not overly aggressive. And again, for this, the centerpiece fish is that fish that really stands out, and that can absolutely happen in a 75-gallon aquarium. And we've kept lots of different types, like you mentioned, beyond the Steindacheri, the Alterfrons, the Weinmilleri, different Cerenamensis species, Braziliensis. There's just, the list goes on and on and on. And so with the Geophagus, know that you've got more than one choice. Do a little bit of research to see which one fits your tank the best and which tank mates that you have. By the way, a pro tip with the Geophagus, if you've got a darker substrate, they tend to look a little nicer. Yeah. Now, this next one that I'm including here is like Geophagus. It's Aquatics Heali, otherwise known as the threadfin cichlid. And these look a lot like Geophagus, but just like the Geophagus, they are relatively mellow. They have a lot of the same coloration with that spangling, and so they're every bit as beautiful as most Geophagus are. Now, the cool thing about the Heali, and the reason why I wanted to include them here, are the albino types. The albino Heali is a little bit more expensive, not quite as easy to find, although they're becoming easier to find. Look at this fish. It is absolutely amazing. And again, it's a relatively mellow fish, just like the Geophagus are. We've had them in 75-gallon aquariums many, many times, and they are awesome. They're going to get to be about the same size, somewhere around 8 to 10 inches, like most of your larger Geophagus. By the way, with both the Geophagus and the Aquatics, it would be beneficial to have a sand substrate in your aquarium because they do like to sift through the substrate.
Now for my next pick is the Severum. It is one of my favorite fish, especially when you're talking larger aquariums. I will always gravitate towards the Severum because they are so beautiful, and they'll give pretty much any saltwater tank a run for its money because of their color. You can get them in different colors, such as the gold red spot, the red shoulder, even green Severums, big fun little eyeballs, and they're just stunning. They'll reach maybe 7 inches, but it is a taller fish. It's a similar shape that I find to like a discus, but I find them to be just absolutely stunning with that color.
The other thing too to keep in mind with the Severums is if you've got a planted tank, that's out.
Bye-bye.
The Severums will eat most plants. And oh, by the way, Severums will also eat snails. And so if you've got a snail problem and you don't have a planted tank, you're not going to have that for very long. But these are majestic, magnificent fish. By the way, we've got species profiles for the Geophagus, for the Severum, and for the fish I'm going to mention next, which is also really cool. But these are all mellow fish that generally fit in pretty well in a community type of tank that's really not all that aggressive. Now, the thing to keep in mind is these are larger fish, and so if you're keeping smaller fish like rasboras, some of your smaller neons, they may go missing. So again, you're going to want to really do your homework and make sure that the fish that you've got are going to fit with the fish that we're suggesting, and that's why we have the species profiles for you there in the description below. Now, number 4, my final suggestion. This is going to be a little weird. I've saved the weirdest for last. It's very unlike the other 3, and that is the red-tailed shark. And immediately some of you are like, red-tailed shark, it's an evil fish. And yes, it certainly can be. We've had this fish in the 75-gallon. We did a species profile on that one as well. Got to be really careful here with these fish because they are fairly aggressive. But for those of you who are keeping these semi-aggressive community tanks, and maybe you've got some full-size opaline gouramis, and you've got some Buenos Aires tetras or some tiger barbs or some of these fish that have been known to be a little bit more fin-nippy, a little bit more assertive. Maybe you've got some smaller cichlids in your tank. you might be able to do a red-tailed shark. Again, here, be really careful. Watch that video that I've got listed in the description below. What a lot of people don't appreciate about the red-tailed shark is the fact that it does get relatively large. Ours maxed out at pretty close to 7 inches. It took a long time to get there. And another thing that people don't fully appreciate, we see these comments all the time, my red-tailed shark is fine, it's not aggressive at all. You got to give them time. Because once they get into their teenage years, if you will, they start becoming considerably more aggressive than they are when they're only a couple inches. And so usually that 1.5, 2 inch, 2.5 inch fish that you find at the pet store, yeah, they're relatively mellow. They mind their own business until they get to that size 4, 5, 6 inches and they really start exerting some territorial dominance. But it is a great fish, and it is a fish that's going to be out in the tank. It's got that beautiful blue color with that red tail. Interesting in terms of the way that it swims around. But again, just be a little careful here. And so those are 4 potential centerpiece fish for your 75-gallon. Would love to hear from you in the comments section below. What have you used? What's your ultimate centerpiece fish for your 75-gallon? Really appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.